wrong. So he wanted to just make sure we got the whole thing before we, decided to cover it. And then we'll do a little bit of preview of the schedule, as it seems like the schedule could be coming out on Thursday. So, what's up, David McNiner?
What is up, McNiner? How's it going, brother?
Come on, eh? That is one topic I have no idea.
That's an easy one, though. Drake, don't say nothing else. You done got bodied already.
All right.
I saw this one guy on Twitter. He did this thing to where name is, or not on Twitter, but he was on TikTok. His name was like Bella or something like that. And he talked about how Drake did I guess he did a commercial with a song in the background that was a Taylor Swift song, but then he was calling out Kendrick Lamar for being I was just like, oh man, just take the L, Drake, just go away. Called him by his first name and everything. I was like, oh man, this done.
No, dude, they're just going after like personal people in their lives and calling them. I'm not even gonna say the word, but
oh god, it's got
all of us kind of know it, but it's like, come on.
This has been the funniest / ugliest, rap battle beef thing of all time.
Yeah, have you gotten to watch the new like Brady documentary
No, I haven't seen it yet.
There's like everybody was putting clips out. And
I've seen. Are you talking about the roast of him? I don't have Netflix, but I've seen all the clips everybody's put out with. I think my favorite clip though had nothing to do with Brady. It was Edelman talking to Belichick. He's like, it was something about looking for a job at the local high school or something like that. He's like, I've waited years to say this to you, Belichick.
Yeah, I didn't really hear the audio, but I know there is I definitely do want to watch it. Cargill says, screw Drake and Cook. I'm taking all. Fair enough.
Everyone, like people who don't cover that stuff have started covering it just because it's so mainstream right now.
Yeah. Hey, this is what happens when it's the NFL offseason. It's dead for a little bit because the draft's over, and then it's just like, all right, what else do we do? But let's get into the NFL 49ers type of stuff. So actually today I noticed this on Over the Cap. They had projections on the Niners compensatory, picks. They're probably not all finalized, for sure, but some of them. Hold up, let me just get rid of this banner. So, if you look, so the Niners should be getting a third-round comp pick for the DeMeco Ryans and Rand Carthon still kind of move. So I think this is the last year of that, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, they'll get a third-round comp pick for that, and then they should also be getting a fifth-round comp pick for Sam Darnold. There were people out there saying, "Oh, we're not getting anything for Sam Darnold." Well, looks like the Niners at least projected they are going to get a comp pick for Sam Darnold. I mean, he got paid $10 million, right? So
yeah, he's going to start and all. Yeah, we were going to get one. It's just how high it was going to be. What up, Bebop?
What up, Bebop? So yeah, and then the Niners also should be getting one seventh round for Harley Warner going to Atlanta. Again, that was like I think 3-year, $12 million deal or something. So, yeah, and I don't think I don't think are going to get one for like Chase Young because they ended up, signing Leonard Floyd and all. But I mean, it's still early, right? This is just kind of what seems like
it's projected.
Yeah, just projected. But I thought that was kind of interesting. Anything pop up from there to you?
No, I mean it's kind of pretty much exactly what you thought it was. I know a lot, like you had said, a lot of people thinking we weren't going to get anything from Sam Darnold. Look, whether or not how much we like Sam Darnold as a quarterback, I think I beat it to death how terrible of a quarterback I think he is. I knew we were going to get something for him. I mean, he got paid way too much money. He's
Yeah.
gonna get some starting time there. So I mean, the NFL values him a lot more than what we think he's going to, what we think he is.
And I mean, it's the quarterback position. There's always overpays.
Yeah.
The position, especially when a team doesn't have a quarterback, and they are, don't bring back a guy that's especially been with the franchise for so long.
Desperate.
But yeah,
I saw something about like
Mhm.
where they drafted, what's his name that they got. They wasted that. It was like the same amount of money that was going to go to Kirk Cousins or something like that for their quarterback room. And I was just like, so they just wash it. They just want to get rid of Kirk for someone younger.
I mean, also he's coming off on Achilles,
Yeah.
So I mean, I get that, but it's gonna be interesting because Sam Darnold. I don't know if you want to learn from him too much. But what's up, Kenny? And what's up,
Terrado and Kenny, how's it, fellas?
What up? What up? So yeah, that is the projection. So let's get into the undrafted
We've got some good
players.
ones, I think.
So yeah, first off, we got Tanner Mordecai. I was about to say Bertolini because you've literally been just instilling it in my brain, and it's so fun. He's from Wisconsin too, so
Mordecai.
But Tanner Mordecai, I know a lot of people been kind of hyped about this guy.
We'll see. I love his last name. I think he's got the coolest last name.
Yeah.
He is fast.
Yes, tell a friend and subscribe to both channels.
Captain of the mothership.
So yeah, Tanner Mordecai actually transferred. So before going to before going to Wisconsin, he was at SMU.
Throwing the ball
actually
everywhere
before
at
that,
SMU.
Yeah, before that, Oklahoma. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, just throwing the ball everywhere, and then he went to Wisconsin and barely even threw the ball.
Yeah. But SMU was actually his best year in terms of touchdowns. 39 to 12 interceptions in 2021, and then 2022, 33 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. So the interceptions were a little bit high, but he's shown the ability. And then I guess Wisconsin just really didn't help him too much because 9 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. I just think there's not enough tape on this guy and not enough concrete kind of evidence on how he is as a player because he's been kind of up and down, and I think that's mainly also why he went, undrafted. But the Niners like to have multiple quarterbacks, during training camp.
Watching him, especially in like SMU and stuff like that, honestly reminded me a lot of Brock at Iowa State. So it's a very almost similar play style for college at least. Take that obviously with a big old grain of salt to whether or not you think that's going to transfer over. But like I said, I mean, he was exciting to watch, except for that last year at Wisconsin.
Yeah. What I do like about him is though he's mobile. He's shown that he can go out of the pocket. So, I think honestly, I don't see him making the roster. I think that the 3 quarterbacks are probably going to be, obviously Brock Purdy, Joshua Dobbs, and then Brandon Allen. Yeah, I mean, what is he? 6'2", 218 pounds. Kenny. I think it's mostly like just the production. Lol, I just read Mordecai competed for the quarterback position with Kyler Murray and lost. Then he competed with Jalen Hurts and lost this. Yeah, I remember hearing about that too.
He's kind of stocky and quick. What if we try to convert him to like a tight end or like a fullback or something?
I'm sorry, but after what they wanted to do with Mr. Jalen Hurd, I am.
You don't want nothing to do with that?
No for that. But
I could see Kyle doing it.
So what do you think? Like practice squad guy, or do you think just a camp guy?
I think if it's going to start out as a camp guy for the most part, maybe he comes in, shows a little something. Like I said, I'm curious if we're going to try and switch him over to a different position. With his body size and everything like that, I think he could play like a tight end, fullback type of role, maybe.
Or maybe we do this like Pterodome just brought up. Is the report correct? They're using
I saw that one.
Yeah.
How would you feel as Justin Fields be like, really? I'm a quarterback and y'all want me to return kicks? That's like the most insulting thing.
He's like, all right, I didn't get any weapons at Chicago, but now you're making me change positions here in Pittsburgh.
Like, yeah, I got no weapons in Chicago. Now you want me to be the weapon? Hey, you know what? Maybe he's going to turn into the new Slash. He's going to be the new Cordell Stewart of the NFL. We have for those of you who don't remember Cordell Stewart from the Steelers back in the day, played a little bit of everything until I want to say in finally his fourth year, he finally converted over to quarterback for the full time.
Yeah, but I think he's probably going to be more of a camp body anyways. Kyle Shanahan just likes to have 4 quarterbacks. I don't expect him to get many snaps. I think if there's a quarterback battle, maybe it's probably Brandon Allen and Joshua Dobbs to where the most of those second string snaps are going. And it's going to be fun to finally see Brock Purdy not have to deal with an injury. I'm excited to see because he's getting a little bit buff. He's a married man now, right? So
yeah, I mean, he's probably going to get the majority of the work. What else can we say? It's kind of weird because for the last how many odd years we've gone into this off season like talk quarterbacks. Now we're like, it's just Brock Purdy. Nothing else to talk about.
Wait, who was it? Wait, wasn't it Debo who said he wanted to kick a field goal?
Was it? I don't remember Debo saying that one.
I thought there was someone on the Niners who wants to kick a field goal.
I bet you CMC could.
I think it was Debo, but hey, someone in the chat, let me know if I'm right about that. You want your players to have a normal domestic situation. A great football player almost always has a great football life.
You know what? I mean, it says a lot, though. I mean, if you have a supporting wife, no matter what you do, life gets easier. You know what I mean? Like the behind-the-scenes quarterback, the Netflix thing they showed last year with some of the guys, like Kirk Cousins' wife. She fully gets behind him. So does what's his name? Mahomes' wife. Who else was on that show? I forget who else is on that show. There was somebody else, but yeah, all their wives helped out. I mean, it was just makes so much easier.
Except for, I'm going to say someone's wife that has to do with Patrick Mahomes, and I'm not even going to mention his name. But anyways, Mariota?
Mariota, that's the other one, yep. How do I forget the one Polynesian guy?
Yeah, but alrighty, next guy up, Cody Schrader out of Missouri. I don't know if you've seen it, but he has been putting in that work.
He has. Working out there was Debo, wasn't it?
Today. Huh?
Was he working with Debo? Was that
no, that was the other thing I actually wanted to go over. I totally forgot, but Debo is working out with the first-round pick, Ricky Pearsall. I don't know if it's in Arizona or not, but that's pretty awesome. I think that's great because I've said it before where Kyle Shanahan really, puts a strain on rookie wide receivers, puts a lot on rookie wide receivers. So I think working out with Debo, is a good thing. And Brandon Ayuk, man, he's still being in shape despite, no contract yet. So I think he's like, I do not want to have a slow start. I want to still make sure that I'm in shape.
But Cody Schrader, I've seen some of the stuff with him. Works out. I love the pick. He's the most Mighty Mouse kind of a description I can think of. He's not the fastest guy. He's obviously not the biggest guy. but for some reason he was leading everybody with yardage and all that kind of stuff. Interesting to see what happens. Pretty good ball catcher, pretty good blocker, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, him and Isaac Guerrero, between those two picks, it's going to be interesting to see how this backfield shows up come the start of the season next year.
Yeah, Cody Schrader, yeah, he's 5'8.5", 28 1/8 inch arms, so pretty small arms, and then 9 1/8 inch hands, so 202 pounds. So,
but he is solid from.
Yeah, I mean his 40 was a 4.61, but I think honestly I feel like his game speed's maybe a little bit faster at times. But
he's kind of the opposite we talked about with Guerrero. Like Guerrero had the faster 40, but doesn't seem to play as fast. Schrader's the complete opposite.
Yeah, and I even said this on Twitter last week, but I see Cody Schrader making the roster over Jordan Mason.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. So they got two guys in there who are better at blocking, especially. So I wouldn't be surprised if one or the other, if not both, make it over him.
And especially if you're trying to pass the ball more like you think with all these weapons, like you want to have the running backs protect, and give CMC some time off.
I just want to know when Mitchell's getting cut. It's going to happen.
Yeah, we'll see. Next up, I think this is everyone's favorite because the 49ers do get a legacy player. Jason's like, Tariq Owens out of Missouri State. I don't see him making this team or anything. I think he's just a practice squad guy that they'll have kind of with Tay Martin and possibly even Trent Taylor. So it's all cool for the legacy and stuff, but this room is just stacked. So, we can barely fit Ronnie Bell on this team. I don't see Owens making the team.
I thought of the three legacy players, he was by far and away the lowest, like I said, I would have taken Luke McCaffrey and Frank Gore twice over. And that's not necessarily a knock on him, but I mean, he had 580 yards in 550 yards, something like that for the entire season. 120 of them came in one game. And I realized that he played on a team that didn't throw a whole lot. So it's not like he got a whole lot of opportunities. But let's be honest. This pickup was 100% just by name. If we were just going to pick up somebody just by name, we should have got Gore.
Yeah.
At least with that, there's somewhat of a, more sensibility of actually possibly doing something rather than someone, like I said, great. He looked great at the open day. Cool. But again, there's nothing on tape or anything to show that impressed me a whole lot.
Yeah, I think you're right. And again, like I said, it's just such a stacked receiver room. I think he's just kind of because of the legacy. I mean, the reason I could also see why maybe Frank Gore Jr. went to the Bills is because, they have multiple running backs, but they don't really have a running back too. So
yeah, they don't have a great running back.
There's a chance he could actually make their roster. So I think that's kind of why. And obviously Frank Gore also played for Buffalo. So yeah. But yeah, next up, tight end Mason Pline.
My bad.
No, you're good.
It's an interesting way of looking at it.
Nah,
I guess
it's a business. I don't take whatever. But yeah, tight end Mason Pline from Furman. He is one of my favorite guys. He actually played basketball there as well. 6'6", 254 pounds. I think the biggest thing with him is, and he even said this, I was actually listening to, was it on, it's either Steph Sanchez or, what's his name? Okay, maybe it'll come up in a sec. I can't even think of his name. But anyways, he was saying he needs to work on cutting, his routes, he can run them a little bit faster. But I actually like this guy too because he can go up and get it. I mean, again, he's 6'6", 254 pounds, basketball type of player. That type of mentality to me, I think helps. In this tight end room, you have question marks after George Kittle. Could he possibly make this team? At least I think a good guy you could develop if he doesn't. But I like this pickup.
Yeah, I like the idea of him, especially being someone you can develop. Maybe not this year, maybe next year, the year after, kind of a thing. He's very raw, but he's got, like I said, he's got great size. He's got like the perfect height, perfect weight for a tight end. I could see him high pointing a lot of those balls, doing jumps and everything like that for basketball and stuff like that. So, like, as far as the physical part of it, he seems to hit every mark on it. It's maybe depending on how make the team this year. I don't think he'll necessarily make the active roster this year, but I definitely see him sticking around.
Can he stop? But yeah, the guy
I hate that I shaved it.
The guy I was thinking of was Guy Haberman.
No, guy.
Yeah.
I need to get clean shaven now that I'm unemployed. I have to go to interviews and everything.
But yeah, I think this guy, I'm interested to see how he looks in camp and the preseason.
Yeah, can't wait to see preseason games. He's definitely going to get a lot of playing time, more than any other tight end, I bet.
Yeah. Next up, offensive tackle Brayson Mays from Southern Miss. I honestly don't know too much about this guy.
I like his size. I like the way he moves. Another guy who didn't give up a whole lot of sacks or pressures.
Yep.
So he's got that, again, kind of like with applying more. It's going to be more of like that the long term. Maybe like a long term answer, like maybe like a right tackle kind of a thing. But big old guy, moves pretty good on the inside and stuff like that. So, but another project one.
Yeah. Alrighty. Next up, this is one of my other favorite guys, center Drake Nugent out of Michigan.
I definitely like him. I think that I see him actually making the team. He was the All Big 10 or 12 or whatever it was center. Obviously coming from Michigan, national champion. I think he pushes Brendel this year. He might not get it this year, but I do think that he can push Brendel. To obviously get better than what he is now, even for the starting position. So it'll be interesting to see. I think of he's probably my favorite, my most likely one to make the team.
Yeah, I like him a lot, and also like I was saying, Mason Pline from Furman, but this guy 6'1.5", 33-inch arms, 9-inch hands, 298 pounds. Again, has that winning mentality from Michigan. I think the reason he was dropped is I saw people put a second round grade on him too. So people were shocked he was actually went undrafted, but I guess it's the hands a little bit. But I like him too. He's able to maul guys a little bit.
He's got a little nastiness to him too that I like.
And he has watch him play? One of those kind of, the Niners love the 3-cone drilling things. He's kind of one of those guys too. Like you said, I don't think he makes the team, but I definitely see him pushing Brendel and then possibly him maybe taking over next year because, Kyle Shanahan kind of asked his center for quite a lot, and, it takes some time. I know they also have Corey Luciano, who I think they signed last year as an undrafted guy. So I think that could possibly be a good battle to also just to watch in camp for sure. But yeah, winning mentality, that's what I like. And then the last guy, man, this guy is huge. Evan Anderson from Florida Atlantic, 6'3", 326 pounds.
I like any defensive lineman who's got a little chub on him. He doesn't come in looking like Aaron Donald and just solid brick of a man. I like him. You can still see who's athletic. He got that little front flip going into the
pool,
going into his pool after he got the phone call. Watching some of the stuff that his tape and everything like that, he's great with leverage. He gets back there. Like I said, I think we gave him a lot of money. Might not make he's going to be definitely on the practice squad. We gave him enough money on that end. But I think towards the end of the season, we're going to see him actually in games and stuff like that more sooner than what everybody would assume that we are. Not to
Yeah,
mention, we don't have that many defensive tackles, good defensive tackles. So I
yeah.
think we're going to see him real soon.
All right. Yeah, I'm interested to see because like he doesn't have crazy pass rush, but he is a mauler. I mean, he definitely his brighter side is stopping the run. Which what's the theme of this offseason when it comes to the D line is making sure we're able to stop the run because I think they realize, we're probably gonna have to go against Gibbs, Montgomery, um,
We got
Jacobs
tore up
now.
up the middle.
Yeah, so we got torn up the middle, even on those toss plays. My gosh, dude, those toss plays.
Yeah.
I knew
He
that
can,
was going into the Cowboys game. I was like, the Lions game. I was like, that was something that I need to see improvement on.
if he can just eat up space in the middle and let everybody else play free, done.
Yeah. But there's definitely some good free agents. I think obviously also with the new NIL stuff that even John Lynch kind of talked about, there's gonna be some talent, I think, that gets pushed in with the whole, I guess this was kind of the final class to have to deal with the pandemic, too. So that's kind of another thing. He played 40. I think he's talking about Nugent. Yeah. What's up, Emirates Sports? Appreciate
How's
you
it going, my brother?
popping in here. Again, guys, make sure you hit that red subscribe button on both channels and hit that like button as well. But that's going to do it for the free agents, undrafted free agents. I think, again, a pretty solid, class when it comes to the UDFAs. Some guys have to be
Oofdas.
gems. Yeah, or oofdas as Jason like to say. But now we're going to go over kind of the schedule. Sorry, what happened?
Did we miss Jalen Mahoney?
Oh, that's right.
The DB from Vanderbilt.
Must have forgotten to put him on there. Okay. We'll just go over him then.
Yes. So let me find him again. I was like, I thought we were missing. So he's 5'11", 200 pounds. He leaves Vanderbilt with 160 career tackles, 22 pass breakups, and 4 interceptions. Watching some of his game tape reminds me, again, of watching like a young Demo coming out of college. Another guy who came with, he's got player of the year and all this kind of stuff. I mean, pull up my slide that I had on him. He comes with a ton of accolades, especially like the good ones. All right, so let me pull him up. He was a team captain, honorable mention for the ACC. Started 11 games. Let's see, 5th among SEC safeties in Pro Football Focus run defense at an 80.8. Had some really good games against the top schools. Made a career best 16 tackles, 10 solo versus Georgia, which is the most tackles by an SEC player in any game going up against Georgia. And then let's see, there was one other stat that I cannot find. Oh, and he was second on the team last season with 59 tackles. So it's another DB that we are bringing up that we've got that is definitely someone who is not going to be gun shy with getting in there with the run game. He's a pretty solid tackler. He doesn't really, it's like kind of with Jerry Brown when we talked about him. What up, Dion? How's it going, my brother?
So Dion.
Someone who doesn't necessarily arm, it doesn't do that, shoulder tackle BS stuff. He's going to actually go up there and tackle you. So that's good to see with him.
Yeah, it also says that he has 160 career tackles, 22 pass breakups, and 4 interceptions at Vanderbilt. So, yeah,
Another guy not afraid to go make plays.
Could this be another gem? Do you know if he's more of a safety or a corner? Because
he's kind of played both positions, so we'll see how he turns out. Yeah,
so and maybe could this be another undrafted kind of a gem that they have at the DB position in the next?
Yep,
definitely. What's up?
How's it, Danielle?
Danielle, what's up? What's up? Appreciate everybody in here again. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe button on both.
Open up 2 pages.
Yes.
Watching on both pages.
Yes. Alrighty. So now we're gonna preview the schedule. I'm gonna share the screen real quick. So here are some. All right, there we go. So these are the 49ers opponents. So obviously you have your division that you're gonna play twice, right? The Cardinals, Rams, Seahawks, um, right? So you'll play them, twice. Um, then you have the Chicago Bears, the Detroit Lions, Green Bay Packers, and Minnesota Vikings. So that whole NFC North, you end up playing this year. Then you have the Cowboys, and looks like that is it from that division. And then you have Kansas City, which I think that's also pretty much it from that division. Um, I think I forgot to mention, the Bear. You play the Bears as well, and then you play the Patriots, the Jets, the Bills, and the Dolphins. So you're going to play some playoff teams, in the
How's it
AFC.
crazy?
So I think going to be a tough schedule, but should be a fun one, to see. You have Tampa Bay as well. That could
Yep.
be an interesting one. So I'd say definitely a tougher kind of schedule in terms of the opponents.
Oh, for sure. We're definitely getting that first place schedule this season.
Yeah. So I actually put out a poll on Twitter, on how many primetime games do people think we are gonna have, and we got 31 votes. 64% are saying 5. 23 are
Yep.
saying 4. 3 or 10%, and then 2 we got 3%. So I think it's probably gonna be 4 or 5. Um, you know,
I think it's gonna be
primetime
five.
games. I think it's gonna be probably 5, but that's
All
just
of our primetime games score really well in the demographic that they look for on TV. So I mean, I can easily see it being five.
and I mean we've been doing well, obviously, too, right?
Yeah.
So they're gonna put us on there. But I was kind of asking this earlier, Jason. So who do you think is gonna be the 5 primetime matchups? And do you
So
see
I
any
think
special, like, Christmas or Thanksgiving, or
all
maybe
right.
the Black Friday game?
Oh, that's right. We are doing the Black Friday. So I think for sure we're going to get Seattle as one of the primetime games. I don't think we're going to do that one on Thanksgiving, even though I had an amazing time up here in
Mm,
Seattle for that one. That game was so much fun to go to. So that'll be one of our primetime games. I don't think we'll get any other primetime games in our division. I think of the other teams in our division, the Seahawks are that one team that's more recognizable nationwide. So I think that's a better choice to put that one on prime time. For our home games, I easily see the Lions. I could see that one possibly being one of the Thanksgiving Day games,
yeah.
um, or one I think it's a good chance the Cowboys because we're playing the Cowboys at home. I could see the Cowboys being one of those big games. The Cowboys definitely could. America loves watching the Cowboys lose, and
Yeah,
we just beat
prime
up.
time game for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're good at beating up on the Cowboys. Everybody likes to watch the Cowboys lose. It's a win-win for America on that one. I don't think us against the Chiefs is going to be a primetime game unless we open the season in Kansas City. I think they would rather leave that for the Super Bowl. So I don't think the Kansas City Chiefs will be a primetime game. For the away game ones, I can think it's got to be the Packers. I'm pretty sure that in Lambeau Field, us going there, that makes sense to put that one. As far as the other one, to me, it's kind of a toss up between the Bills and the Dolphins.
Mm.
Um, I would say right now Dolphins, just because of the connection with uh we got so
Mike
many other players. And Mike McDaniels. Thank you. So I think that one, especially former team coming to his town, blah blah blah. And low key, that's one of the games I really want to go to next year. I really want to go to Miami. Case, look, McNiner, it's not the Sea Chickens, it's the Rainy City Bitch Pigeons. You got to make sure it's correct.
If we're playing them on Thanksgiving, though, I call them the sea turkeys.
Yeah, they're always going to be the Rainy City Bitch Pigeons to me.
Yeah. So let's see. Did you get all? I think you got all your 5.
Yep,
right there.
I got mine.
So for me, let's see. I think Seattle will be a primetime game. I agree with you. I don't see the Chiefs being primetime, even though that would be awesome. So I'm gonna go. I think Green Bay. Honestly, I'd be shocked if it's not, because I mean, just look what happened in the playoffs. Lions could be one if they do want to play us on Thanksgiving again. Possibly because the Lions are usually a Thanksgiving, game. So I think that could be a possibility. So let's see, that's 3. I honestly could see them doing the Bills, like giving the Bills as a primetime game, just because like it's Buffalo. Maybe because it's on the road a little bit, like I don't know. I think just to kind of
I can
change
see
it up
Buffalo.
would be interesting.
I could definitely see Buffalo. I wouldn't be surprised if that was one of them.
And then I guess Cowboys, yeah.
Gotta have Cowboys. That one just makes too much. Cowboys and Seattle are just too easy.
You know what's an underrated one?
Minnesota?
Nope. The Jets, because they have Aaron Rodgers, and we all know the connection between the Aaron Rodgers and the Niners. So could that maybe be a
plus Salah?
Yeah. I know that's more than 5, but I'm just kind of like we're throwing kind of the ideas out there that what we would want and kind of what.
Yeah, I didn't even think about the Jets, but now that you think about it, I'm questioning it now, because now the Jets with Salah and Rodgers and all that, it's like, ooh.
You know what? I'm gonna say Green Bay, New York, Detroit, Cowboys, and Seahawks.
Yeah, I think that would be a good one too.
Honestly, I think the most likely thing is if they're giving us one of those holiday games is probably Thanksgiving. Please do not give us Christmas ever again.
I don't want either of them, honestly. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't want either of them. As much as I had fun at the Thanksgiving game, it's just like, you know what? I like to cook and all that kind of stuff, and that's like the one day I get to flex, cook, smoke the turkey and everything like that, and it's like, so I didn't get to do any of that. Although I did go to the John Chapman 49ers Rush tailgate when that was a blast. But, Thanksgiving is one of those days where I like to cook.
Yeah, fair enough. But I think that'd be pretty awesome. Just please don't give me a Christmas game ever again.
Well, don't give it, if you're going to give it for the schedule, give it one or the other, not both. You know what I mean? Giving a Thanksgiving and a Christmas Day game is terrible.
Do you know anything about if we're a team that possibly gets one of those international games?
Who are we playing? I don't know. I could possibly. I mean, we have one of the biggest fan bases. I'm kind of surprised that we haven't had one. I honestly expected with the game last year against the Jags to be one of the international games with all the connections and everything like that. And yes, Kenny, I go to at least that one every single year. So at some point, yes. I may not go down to, get a chance to fly to Frisco or anything like that to watch a game every year, but bet your ass I will be at the one up in here in Seattle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Honestly,
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
just want November and December to go by fast. Maybe don't even give us special games.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I
I'm
hate
ready
Thursday
that.
night games and all that kind of stuff in general. I think the Thursday night thing are terrible.
Mhm.
So I wish they would just go away from it,
Dude,
but
they
they're not.
picked the most worst like Thursday
They
night games.
do.
I'm just
They
like,
do. Other
especially
than
when they
the
were doing it with
Thanksgiving game,
Amazon,
it's
dude.
yeah.
Like,
But
like
what's
it was
funny
like
is that like
below
the
almost
Thanksgiving
every
game,
single
great.
week.
Yeah.
What were you
So
saying? Sorry.
besides like our Thanksgiving game, and I want to say the Christmas. I think Christmas was on Thursday too, wasn't it this year
I thought it was a
or last
Monday.
year? Might have been. But yeah, just like I said, I hate Thursday games in general. Everything about Thursday, I absolutely hate. I wish the NFL would go away from it. I know they're not going to because they make way too much money on it and stuff like that. So yeah,
Yeah. It'd be fun to have Friday, but I think because with some college and stuff, like they can't, like it'd be hard to end up doing that. But honestly, I would kind of prefer that. But yeah, um, definitely gonna be interesting. We'll kind of be on the lookout. You guys are doing a show like for the schedule, or
well, we'll for radio, we're doing our wide receiver breakdown of what the room looks like tomorrow, along with basically schedule preview. And then I don't think we're going live during. Like I may do some shorts, TikTok type
okay,
things when it comes out. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I might just pop on to other people's streams who are actually live. I just might
okay,
because I think TJ's actually working, so I might just
all right,
But I
yeah,
know Friday,
uh,
the Friday show for sure, we will be definitely going over um, the schedule fully.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I might go live. We'll see. But yeah, that is basically it. There's not really been any news. But remember, Niners rookie mining camp does start on Thursday. So
That's gonna be the last thing we see for like a month and a half.
yeah. Honestly, though, they never give us anything crazy though with that. Like, it's not.
No, it's a PR. It's a PR shoot for the rookies and stuff like that. That's all it
Yeah.
really is. Oh, look, he's finally putting on the jersey. Blah blah blah. It's
Mhm.
they see the facility. I'm sure they've all seen the facility. But, that's all it is. There's nothing special.
Yeah. And then they finally kind of go on the field the next day, but it's like still.
Yeah, not much. Hey, look, he took a snap at the practice facility and everything like that. Oh yeah.
But alrighty, guys. Yep, a little bit of a short stream. Appreciate everybody in your Kenny, Carcast, David, McNiner, Crazy Juice, Dion
Terradome,
Niner in podcast.
Danielle Emrich
Yep,
Sports.
yep.
I think
Terradome,
yep, Terradome we got. I think that was every Sentinel Sports.
Sentinels. Yep, Sentinel Sports. Bebop.
Tegzy
Yep.
asking if we can cover the Drake versus Kendrick rap battles.
And we ended up kind of having to do that. But anyways, guys, buddy, appreciate you guys. Jason, so yeah, you said you kind of are doing that with TJ and stuff. I'm probably gonna now start doing some of those player profiles. I was kind of hoping to do it this week, but then I ended up being sick. So, or sorry, last week. So I ended up kind of been sick a little. So, yeah, I should be starting kind of those up and probably some camp, maybe position breakdowns as well. So, appreciate everybody.
Yep. Fatai Telly Lava. One love.
Peace out and let's go Niners.
Bang bang.